Okay, a new day. Today is Thursday. Uh, Getting ready to close out the week. We have, well, I should say we had a situation with this radio. Um, After the last video, I got it to a point to where I could power it up and give it a quick check out to see whether or not it was going to do anything, and it didn't do anything. So I immediately panicked. No, but I was really concerned, because like I said before, if you follow all the rules and everything, you go through and you double check and stuff, and you put it in according to thing, and if you can trace the circuit out, everything, and you change everything that you need to get changed, it should work. Well, it didn't work. So what I did was, I immediately got out my thinking cap and tossed it out the window. My little scribble sheet that I got for all the point-to-point wirings and everything? Well, I got to go through again and double checking, triple checking, and everything. Oh, by the way, you remember that big fat brown resistor that I had in here, along with that other one in line to bring it up to close to the range that I needed? Well, I took it out and replaced it with the one that I ordered. It came in today, this morning, and I went ahead and stuck it in there because what I was going to get to was, I did some voltage checks on it immediately just to make sure the voltages weren't far out there, and some were high and others were low. And consequently, after pulling a couple of tubes and changing them and seeing if I get the values were any different, and didn't come up with anything, I did a check on my little sketch that I made on the 527 IF coils, and I pulled the can on the first IF here and double checked it with that, and sure enough, that butt was in my face. So I changed it and made it to whatever the one for the Zenith was, and stuck it back in there, and still didn't really have anything on it, with it, from it, or whatever. Well, after going through and double checking the values on the remaining resistors and stuff, and checking the voltages once again, I was sitting here looking at this thing, and let me see if I can zoom in here. You see that little chiclet down in there? Well, I was sitting there looking at that, just thinking to myself, what the heck could I have done to this thing that it's dumb as a post? Well, while I was looking at that thing, I was looking at my sketch, and that chiclet was on the lead next to it, or on the pin next to it, and the wire that's was on the pin was over here. Well, the light bulb went off, exploded. I thought, well, that doggone thing is on the wrong pin. And that one is on the wrong pin. I got them reversed. You see what I mean about looking before leaping? Well, I just kind of threw things in there and everything, and I guess when I got the soldering iron in my gun in my hand, I went dumb. And so I changed some more. Everything came back. So now that that is behind me, let me zoom back out here. Oh, the doggone thing. Hang on a minute, let me refresh this thing. All right. I get to touching the screen with one of my fingers, and it immediately wants to focus in on that area, and that's the reason why it went white. So I was trying to zoom back out. So now that we got it that far, also I had an issue with the C E-cap. It was not soldered in completely. I got a little bit of movement on the leads whenever I went to looking at it, so I resoldered it, and it's much stiffer now. So now that we got that done and I'm getting a response out of it, I got the dial housing back on and the indicator needle back in. We're gonna power it up for more than a few minutes. The one other thing I wanted to touch base with you on was, this was the speaker that came in the cabinet, and this is the replacement transformer that I put on it in order to use it, because the one that was mounted on it was dead. So once I got this thing functional and started playing with it, this thing is making noise. The voice coil is rubbing on it, and I tried everything except sticking a cotton ball behind the cone here in the basket to see whether or not it was really and when I turned the volume down on it so I could hear it, and when I adjusted the tone control, well, on the bass it got real scratchy, and when I turned it all the way to the high tone, the treble, it would go away. So I dug around to see what I had, and this one was sitting up there that came out of a radio. I'm not sure which one it was. I don't remember, but it was sitting there. It didn't have a transformer mounted on it, so I tapped the holes that were on it existing and put the one from here over here and hooked it in, and it works great with this radio. And the same side, the same thing, except this one here has a chinky magnet in it, and this one here has a little bit more beefier one on it. Not much, but enough. So we're going to put this on, we're going to fire it up, and let's give it a listen to it, and then we're going to prepare to do an alignment on it. And I figured since somebody asked me if I would show an alignment adjustment, I'm going to go ahead and do it with this one, because it's straightforward and it's simple, and it's to the point, and it's not very complex of adjusting the oscillator and the antenna portion on the overseas band. So that's what we're going to do with this. I'll do the alignment on video on this one. So let me get this thing situated out, and we'll test fire it up, and I'll show you what it does. Okay, we're all set up. Got the speaker in. The new antenna back is completed. I finished that up. A couple of days ago. It came out pretty nice. I decided to go with white lettering. So we'll get that all done. I got it on the long wire, so we can test out the if we can get anything on shortwave this afternoon. So here we go. Now these lamps, they're designated as 51s. Now, I haven't really looked closely at the 51 rating on the bulb. I'm thinking it's probably somewhere around 150 milliamps or somewhere around in there. I'll have to double check that, but the 51s don't protrude through the dial face far enough to throw light across the face of the dial. So I put 47s in there. They are rated at 150 milliamps. And the only thing I have to watch to make sure is that they do not get close proximity to the new dial lens that I've got. So now we're powered up and ready to glow. Let's turn it up. On AM, let's see, I haven't got anything. I got my halogens on battery power. So let's.
6-year-old William Cho, whose parents and 3-year-old brother were killed.
That's out of Phoenix.
On Saturday in Allen, Texas. Murray has
and that is right on 55.
Allen High School football team to 3 straight state championships. The fundraiser for William has now surpassed
this might be a piece of cake for alignment.
Big night in the Valley for
EDU. Yamify Broadcasting.
That's a harmonic of ours.
Well, we have.
I'm not sure where that was at.
And my wife, this one.
to work on the radio. What's going on?
I'm not sure about that one. I don't know. Oh, that's that. I haven't heard this one in a long time. That's that Indian station from somewhere, Four Corners, or I don't know where the heck it is, but it's an Indian station. I don't mean Punjab Indian. I mean Native Indian, American Indian.
Senate 5 to 6 to present information to residents. Llame a la línea de impuestos ahora y sepa si puede negociar su deuda de
That is somewhere in Prescott Valley, I think, or Prescott.
No deje que lo atrapen.
Don't know where that was at.
Where's a real fan, man?
No. Let me tell you something. In those
That's almost
latter
right
years
on.
of Kobe Bryant and how lean the franchise.
Don't know where that was at. Boy, they're near right on. I think that's 9:30 out of Flagstaff, that Haas station.
.30 AM, 99.9 FM, and 95.5 FM.
That's almost right on, too. That's out of Prescott Valley.
be your public servant in asking for your vote on August 1st.
Flagstaff today. 81 in Sedona, 76 in Prescott, 80 in Winslow, 77 in Payson, and 85.
That's our local station.
Overnight lows at 37 in Flagstaff, 52 in Sedona,
And that's it.
45 in Prescott, 45 in Winslow,
So,
46 in Payson, and 50 in Cottonwood.
Put it over on overseas. Turn up the volume there and see if we can get bit by them buggers around here. Alright, let's go back the other way. It is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is full and it's cloudless.
Perfectamente en la gracia que... Podrida en malas condiciones, algo que aumentan con el...
There should be WWV right around on 10, but I noticed that it don't come through during the day. It comes through in the evenings somewhat. Oh, there it is. But I think they also do it at 9.5 or 9 and 9.5 or 10, 15. So the oscillator on the might be out. These down here probably won't come in till this evening. Yeah. It'll be chatty later. Okay. There's that. We'll do the phono input under battle. So, that's it for
to be shell companies. There is a difference between an LLC and a shell company. We'll get to that in a minute.
That'll be it for now. Okay, so in the next video, published video, we'll do the we'll dedicate that video to the alignment adjustments on this thing. So thanks for watching.